Alright, today we're going to be learning about lists. The first thing we're going to do is create a variable, friends, and we're going to fill up our variable with a list of friends. We'll start off with Kevin and Karen, and let's do Tom, do Bill. Okay, and just like with strings, this is counted starting with 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and so on. Another cool thing we can do with this is it also counts in reverse, but it's a little bit tricky. So the very last one is -1, and then the next one would be -2. So if you're wanting to reference the last variable or the last friend, it's gonna start with -1, then -2, then -3, and so on, and it's just gonna keep going that direction. So if you added another friend to your list, like Billy, this would also move down. Billy is now the -1 spot, so it would look like that, and then Karen would be -4. Okay, so let's say we wanted to print out our friends, and we want to print the, let's do the second spot. That's going to be Tom. Or if we wanted to print out the let's see, 4 spot, that should be Karen. Pretty cool little deal here. Also with this, we can also print out more than one at a time, but we don't have to print out the whole list. Like if we just typed friends, that's going to print out the entire list all together, each one of them. But if we, another way to print this out is we can put the square brackets, and this is also kind of tricky, but something we'll just have to get used to, is 1 to 3. That's going to print, I'm going to leave this one up for you guys because it's kind of confusing. 1, that's going to print 1 and 2. It does not print the third one. It's going to print the first one and it's going to stop at the third one. So if you had 50 of them and you did 1 to 50, it's going to print the first one all the way up to 49, and it's going to stop at the 50th one. Likewise with within reverse, let's run this instead. So Karen and Tom printed 1 and 2. You can also do this in reverse as well, friends, and then you can do negative. Now when you're going in reverse, you want to start with the larger negative number. So if we wanted to do -4, and we could start, and we're starting with, let's see, -1. Let's see what this actually prints out. I'm not used to it as well as I should be, but it's going to print out the ones in between -1 and 4. So let's run it. So it printed out Karen, which was -4, and it printed out Tom, which was -3, and it printed out Bill, which was -2. So this is a cool way to make lists, and then you know, access those with these square brackets. So let me retype this first one for you. So if you did print friends and then 0, that's going to give you Kevin. Another neat thing that we can do is we can actually run functions through this, and it can do stuff to this. I'm gonna do print, and I'm gonna do friends, and I'm gonna leave this up here, and we're gonna start running functions on this friends list, and then I'm just gonna leave it, and every time I run it, it's gonna show you what it did to the list. Okay, so the first function we're gonna do is we are going to do friends dot, let's do reverse. That's going to take our friends list and it's going to reverse it. So it puts Billy first, and then it puts Bill, then Tom, then Karen, then Kevin. Okay, so that was the first one. Reverses list. Okay, let's do another one. Friends dot sort. Let's see what the sort does to it. It took our list and it alphabetized it. So now it put Bill first, then Billy, then Karen, then Tom. So that one, I put a list in alphabetic order. If you have a list of numbers, so like if we had lucky numbers, that would take our numbers and it would I'm just making a random list of numbers. Okay. Okay, so if we now we're working with the list lucky numbers, and if we did that, it's going to take the lucky numbers and it's going to sort them from in an ascending order, so starting with the lowest one, which is 0, and going up. So sort works with numbers and letters. Alright. If we want, let's do this. Comment this one out. And we're going to start working on our friends list again. Okay, so if we do friends dot count, then we can what this is going to do is if you do count, unlike Tom, it's gonna, this one will have to use the print function for this, otherwise it won't give us any information. But what this one is going to do, it's going to count how many times Tom is in your list, and it told us 1 time. And then we have friends dot clear. This is going to just remove everything from our list. Get rid of everything. Friends dot, I already showed you reverse index. Hopefully you guys remember what this one does. So index is going to, it's going to tell us where something is in our friends list. So if we wanted to know where Bill was, it's gonna return where Bill is in the in the list. So he's number 3. And remember, it starts with 0. I'm not sure how you would return the negative value. I'm sure there's a way to do that. I'm not really sure how to do that, but we'll figure that out later, or maybe we won't. Okay, so another one that we can do, this function is called pop, friends.pop, and that's going to knock off the very last one. So we had all the way up to 4, or we had 5 friends, and then when we did the pop function, it removed the last friend from our list. Let's see here. We can also do this. We can also do friend friends2 is equal to copy. So what that's going to do, it's going to take our list of friends and it's going to copy that list into friends2. So I'm going right here, we're going to print out the list of friends, and then we're going to print out friends2. Actually, you know what, I'll make it a little bit different so you can kind of see. This is going to be X list, so I'm going to make this X list, so it's not so close. It's going to print our friends, and then it's going to print the X list, and the X list should be a copy of friends. So just an exact copy. You can take everything in there and copy it. Alright. And then two more. We'll do friends dot append, and we'll add a friend to the list, Creed. So what's going to happen is it's going to take friends and it's going to add Creed to the end of it. So run, and see, it added another person to the list. And then if we want to insert a friend, this one we will be able to insert a friend in a certain spot that we choose. So let's say we wanted to add a friend named Bob, and we're going to add him at position 1. So that's going to take Karen and it's going to move her over one place. So it's going to be Kevin, then Bob, then Karen, and everything else is just going to move down. Run. So Kevin, Bob, Karen, Tom, Bill, Billy. So this one just adds one to where you choose. Adds a friend to Alright, that's all we're going to do for today.